Well, good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this Thursday. And I've got to say, it's good to be back because I've been going for a little while. Dr. Tony filled in for me all of last week, and you were unexpectedly filling in for me this week. It's just been a crazy few days, Tony.
Absolutely. I'm telling you. Yeah, but you know what? We're into December. Can you believe that?
I know. I leave for vacation. So I'll just briefly go over what happened. Went on vacation last week, scheduled that. The vacation I went on took me out of the country. And in order to go on this vacation, of course, you have to be fully vaccinated, which I am. And you had to have COVID test before going on vacation, which I did. Get back on Saturday. And went to bed Saturday night. During the night, Saturday night, I kept waking up feeling extremely ill. My body felt like it's on fire. And there was something extremely wrong. Well, Sunday, I was totally taken out. You took over for me on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't know what I had. If I had the flu, it was probably the worst version of the flu I've ever had in my life. I literally was down for days. I had all the symptoms of COVID. But we've tested several times over the past couple of days, my wife and myself, because she's still sick, and we tested negative. So I don't know what's going on out there, but there's some crazy stuff going on, and everyone just needs to be careful while you're out there. So as I'm proof of, so still quarantining right now, and I'll probably be out for the rest of the week doing that. That's why we're working remotely. But there you go. So this thing's not over yet, Tony.
Well, I'm so glad that you're feeling better. I mean, it's such a scary thing, this thing. So I'm just happy to see you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be here. Starting today's the first day I started feeling normal again. So it's good to be back on the show. All right, so let's get into today's show. Before we do, we want to remind everybody, if you don't catch us live every morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube, you can always watch us on HCCTV, the rebroadcast at noon and 5 p.m. And make sure you find us in social media as well.
Yes, just look for Houston Community College District for Facebook. Go to YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, just about anywhere on social media, you can find us.
That's right. All right, Tony, stick around because you're going to be interviewing this next guest. Susan Vanderford is the Director of Programs at the George Ranch Historical Park. Good morning, Susan. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Good to be back. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us again. I know Tony's going to get an update on all the things. You guys always have a lot going on out there, so we're looking forward to hearing about it this morning. Stand by if you would. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
All right.
All right, we're going to kick things off with Kimberly Penn. She's an entrepreneur in residence at HCC Southwest and also our curriculum developer for the drone program. Good morning, Kimberly.
Good morning. Good morning. Glad to see you back, Todd.
Yeah, good to be back. Thanks for being here. Want to talk to you about the drone program. We've got a gentleman that's worked for us. He works at our Stafford station, and we lovingly call him the Drone Ranger. His name's Don Wells. Yeah. And he was, but what astounded me with Don and a couple of other team members down there is to get the proper training for a drone. Everybody sees people out at the park flying a drone, but there's proper training and FAA certifications that you need in order to do it legally and to the best ability. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. And Don Wells, by the way, is so powerful and impactful with all the things that we do, especially at Southwest. The drone program, FAA is a big part of the compliance and security, and it requires a 107 if you're looking to fly a drone for commercial purposes, filming a wedding, right. Inspections, anything to that capacity. HCC is the place to be if you want to learn what you don't know, what you do need to know, and how to grow into a drone operator or drone pilot.
Where do you get started? Let's talk about that. If you're thinking, well, I fly a drone for fun, I do it for family picnics and weddings, but I want to do it professionally. You have to start somewhere. What's the first course you're going to sign up for, and what can students expect in the program?
Excellent question. The place to get started again is HCC. We've developed a 5-course program. You're starting off with what most people across the country would, which is Introduction to Aviation. That's required by the FAA related to rules and regulations and understanding weather and other aspects of anything that's in airspace. So you'll start off with that, and then we continue to build from there to make our program unique from some other programs across the country.
Are the costs of our program similar to what it would cost a student to just normally take classes at HCC? Is there funding available? How does that work?
There are, the cost is very minimal. To take the 5-course certificate, it's about $3,000 in total. You'll be taking courses, some of which are 8 weeks, some are 16 weeks, but we are looking to get this certificate accomplished in less than a year's time, very comparable to the other college courses that we have. We are in the continuing ed aspect of the college, and therefore there tends to be some funding that may be available, workforce development and other pieces. But come and talk to us so that we can help you figure out, how to finance this program so that you are moving into the fastest growing industry currently taking place.
I know there's a newly passed Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. How has that affected the drone industry, or has it?
This is a game changer for the drone industry. It's about a $1.2 trillion infrastructure investment bill. It will be a generational change for our highways, airports, bridges, and other infrastructure. Drones will be pivotal in terms of how we are inspecting and looking at the construction aspect of what's going to take place over the next decade. And so getting in line, getting set up to become a drone pilot, even starting your own business, this is the time to do it because we just don't have enough people who have that license in order to be able to participate in this process.
So it sounds like the employment opportunities are endless. If you want to go in the film industry, that's available. If you want to work for the government, that's available. Private sector, that's available as well. It really sounds like it's all across the board, and you could work for all if you want as a contractor.
That is absolutely correct. More and more major corporations are making these decisions now on do they want to bring in a contractor or bring in folks full time in terms of becoming an employee. But again, as we're looking at other companies, they are looking to contract drone pilots. Community colleges, as you know, are the backbones to getting people trained, and HCC is really leading the way in terms of how we can get people lined up to get into these opportunities. Tell
us about Women in Drones.
Absolutely. Women in Drones is an amazing organization. I will say, for transparency, I'm the chief strategist for the organization. We're across the world, but when we look at the footprint that it has here in the United States, it is an organization that's looking to, help create the pipeline for more women to go into aviation, particularly in the UAS space, which again, our program will certainly be part of how to do that. And then just looking at how we can take advantage of some of these opportunities to participate, like in the infrastructure bill. But we're a membership-based organization, about 70% women, 30% men, and we work in all aspects of the industry because drone pilots is just a small part of what the industry itself is, what you do with the data, how you get these deliverables to customers. Women in Drones is kind of leading the way in terms of what needs to take place.
It sounds like being a drone pilot, owning your own company, this would be a great launch for entrepreneurs and people who are looking to make some extra money on the side. This would be a great launch for them. Maybe you can tell us about the entrepreneurship aspect of getting into the drone industry.
Absolutely. Photographers and videographers have really started to embrace the use of drones, for example. It just adds additional layer to the work that they're doing. And then when we look at inspections, we look at the number of festivals and things that we have in the state of Texas with our typically great weather. The entrepreneur opportunities are really endless. We know at some point here in the future, delivery of medical goods, our Amazon packages, pizzas, whatever that will be, is coming up. And we want to create an environment where people are ready to jump into that space and aren't lagging in terms of the entrepreneurial opportunities. And as the entrepreneur in residence, those are the things that I'm tasked to do. To look at workforce adoption, and look at these opportunities and really structure our programs and support our programs to get our students ready to jump into the workplace or into entrepreneurship as quickly as possible.
You mentioned something real quickly, and I'll ask you finally. A few years ago when they said Amazon is going to start delivering your packages with drones, the media would do the story, but then they would snicker like, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, sure, that's going to happen, But reality is it's pretty close to happening. When do you see that actually happening?
I think that's going to happen in certainly less than 3 years.
Wow.
Less than 3 years is what I am projecting. What is happening, if you look at a company like Amazon, we have a direct relationship, by the way, with Amazon at HCC. They're building these distribution centers across the city. And what the drones may do is be that last mile of delivery. And so if you live in a community or an apartment complex, here comes the Amazon truck. We're all familiar with that blue truck that comes racing into the community. And then the driver, as well as with the drone, will get packages distributed as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And then the driver and the drone will take off in their super cool Amazon, van and head off into the next area. We want to make sure that we're ready to be part of that and to help shape what that looks like as we get closer and closer to those launch dates that are coming up.
That's some incredible stuff that's on the horizon. Kimberly Penn, the entrepreneur in residence at HCC Southwest, also our drone instructor for continuing education program. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Very exciting to hear we're, on the brink of all of this here at HCC.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Thank you.
All right, Tony, I'm going to turn things over to you with the latest going on at the George Ranch.
Yes, absolutely. And the George Ranch Historical Park is such a wonderful place to go. I personally love history, and you get to kind of live it in the time or feel like you're living it in the time. So I love it. She's Susan Vanderford, Director of Programs at George Ranch Historical Park. Welcome to the show, Susan.
Good morning, Tony. How are you?
Doing wonderful. And I know you've been on before, and we're going to keep having you on because you always have such wonderful events that go on there. You got something for Christmas. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So we have our Campfire Christmas event coming up this month on December 10th, 11th, and 18th. It is an evening event with dinner. We have a ranch hand dinner that will be served out of our George Ranch Arena. And then our guest gets to go back in time to a 1870s cattle drive. So we'll take them out on our tram and they'll visit with our cowboys who are out on the prairie working cattle. Wayne Brown is coming back. He's our Christmas cowboy singer. He sings out at the campfire. So there'll be coffee and hot cocoa and s'mores. And we've kind of listened to our guests. We've done a bunch of surveys, and everybody always wants more time at the campfire. So we kind of pared it down a little bit this year and giving people more time out there to listen to Wayne and the story of the cowboys. So that'll be their first stop. And then they get to go to the 1940s ranch house, or George Ranch House, where we're having a USO fundraiser circa 1942. So it'll be decked out for Christmas. We're having a party. And the guests will be able to come through and see what that would have looked like back then. So we'll have some sweet treats at the end. And it's going to be a great night.
That just sounds wonderful. You just take the whole family and go, right?
Yeah, it's a family event. So, grandparents, parents, kids, everybody can come out. Tickets are available online. The menu for the evening is also online. And then we also have a children's event that we're trying out this year. It's a little bit different. Normally we do a children's Campfire Christmas, but we wanted to change things up and do something different. And so we've got the Lone Ranger's Christmas Caper. It is a guided.
I wonder how many people remember the Lone Ranger, the TV series.
I don't know. We play the some clips from it while you're touring the George House on a normal day. So it's actually kind of funny that we decided to go with this. And so we have our Silver, who's being played by our ranch horse. His name is Doc. He's very excited about the role. And our lead cowboy, Cody Kalinowski, is going to be playing the Lone Ranger. And of course we have Butch Cavendish, our bad guy. So there's going to be some fun. There's going to be some exploring of the ranch. And it's, all centered around cowboys. So it's going to be a great Christmas event.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so when you get there, the first thing you're going to do do you take a hayride to where the campfire is going to be? How's that work?
So the reservation time when you sign up online is your dinner time. So you'll show up to the ranch, you'll check in, and then you'll get in line for the ranch hand dinner. We'll have that all set up at the arena. There's going to be music, and there'll be a fire pit up there, some crafts as well, and some photo ops areas. We have our chuck wagon up there for display. So you can get the whole family together, take your Christmas pictures. And then about
and
30
what kind of food can we expect?
So it's going to be pulled pork, potatoes, and I'm sorry, I don't have the menu right in front of me.
But that's pulled pork. You got me at pulled pork.
So Cowboy Ranch Fare out on the prairie was pretty plain. This is much better than the Cowboys would have gotten. They were mostly eating beans, rice, and probably hardtack, which travels well but doesn't taste great. So we've definitely bumped it up from there. But it's not the full on roast beef dinner. It's more country fare. So
and are you guys gonna sit around a fire while you eat, or you got tables, or how does that work?
Tables and chairs all set up at the arena. There's going to be a little fire pit there, so when you're done with your meal but you're still waiting for the tram and the hayride to come pick you up, you can hang around the campfire right there, and then you'll get on the tram and they'll take you out to our 1860s chuck wagon site. So you'll kind of be out in the prairie. It's as far back on the property as we can get. So it should be relatively quiet. Hopefully the weather will hold out great for us this year. And, you're going to just be sitting out there listening to some great cowboy music, old school cowboy music, and drinking hot cocoa and coffee, sitting on a hay bale around a fire. So that's my favorite part about the ranch. So.
And looking up at the stars. You should be able to see the stars from there because it's kind of far away from the city lights, right?
Yeah, as long as it's not cloudy, it'll, we get pretty good stars out there. We are out almost to Brazos Bend State Park, so we're pretty close to the observatory, which is kind of nice too. So it's a great experience. The kids will love it. That was my favorite part about going to ranches was the cowboy cookout, the evening cowboy cookout. And so this is kind of a little bit of feel of that.
And so then you take a hayride after you have that much fun. Then you take a hayride and you go back to the house. Now, it said something about raising funds for the war effort. Tell us a little bit about that.
So each year we decide which house is going to be open and what the story is going to be. So it's a little bit of an immersion experience. So you're stepping back in time to 1942, which is of course during World War II. And the Georges are having a USO fundraiser. So they're raising money for the war effort. So there's this big party going on, and you are invited. So you get to go into the Georges house, walk around, learn a little bit about the family. We have it completely decked out for Christmas. We've got like 3 Christmas trees in the house. It's really awesome. We just decorated yesterday. It was kind of fun. So you'll tour the house. There's going to be music. We're going to have a couple reenactors from our World War II group out there, so you can ask questions about their uniforms and what they would have been doing at this time. And then we'll have a little sweet treat and a non-alcoholic champagne toast. So that in there too.
I like that. And the sweet treat?
Probably some cookies.
Okay. It's a surprise.
Cookies. I haven't decided what cookies we're getting yet. So, but it's definitely something that
it's a surprise for you too, huh? Yeah. Well, and then on the 18th, that's let's see, which are the 2 days for that one?
So the Campfire Christmas is the 10th, the evening of the 10th, the 11th, and the 18th. And then the Lone Ranger's Christmas Caper is during the day on the 18th.
Okay, so the Lone Ranger is during the day on the 18th. Okay, yeah. And basically it's a hunt, right? I mean, tell them the story. Tell them the story of the Lone Ranger and Silver getting separated from each other.
Right. So the story is that the Lone Ranger and Silver were trying to stop Butch Cavendish from robbing the train. And unfortunately, Cavendish made off with not only the Christmas presents that were meant for the children at the orphanage, but he also took Silver. So the kids who come out for this event are going to be helping the Lone Ranger stop Butch Cavendish, save Christmas, and find Silver. So it's going to be kind of a fun deal. We do have 3 different age brackets. So we have ages 5 and under will have their own hunt, ages 6 to 10 will have their own, and then 11 to 14. So we kind of broke it out so the older kids aren't running over the little ones.
Yeah. And sometimes the little ones are faster than the big ones. You never know.
That's true. Easter here was really interesting. We had a lot of kids coming out for our Easter egg hunts. And after that, I was like, no, we need to separate everything. The little ones, they get run over. So everybody's got their own hunt, and it's going to be a great day. We're really excited about it.
I want to go. It sounds like so much fun. Y'all always have such wonderful things going on, and Christmas time is a wonderful time to experience the history and the outdoors and just have a bunch of fun.
Yeah. And if you miss all of those events, we are going to be open to the public from 9 to 5 the week leading up to Christmas, and then in between Christmas and New Year's. So we'll be open at that point too, if you just want to come out to the park for the day.
Very good. Well, Susan Vanderford, she's Director of Programs at George Ranch Historical Park. We are so happy to have you on, and we're going to have you on again. You're just too much fun.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Tony and Todd.
All right. Thanks, Susan. A lot going on out there, as always, at the George Ranch. We'll have some information on their programs and a link in our social media post as well. It's good they're doing something for the Lone Ranger, because the last thing I saw done was that movie that Johnny Depp did for the Lone Ranger. And that was just a bomb. I'm telling you, that was a terrible movie. They're just terrible.
Johnny, but no.
All right. A lot going on around the college. Of course, today, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion podcast series continues. Dr. Donna Davis, HCC's DEI officer, continues the new podcast series at 11:30 to noon today. You can watch it on Facebook, I believe, and we also will have a link in our social media posts where you can go directly and watch it live. So there you go. Also, Give Blood, Get Pizza. That's right. Happening to, I think this is raising money for VAST. Is that right? Or the VAST is putting this on.
The VAST Academy Blood Drive. They're getting blood for all of those who need it here,
right,
in hospitals and places like that. And so you get a pizza coupon, and you also get some blood center swag along with it. So I think that's 2 to 5 Thursday. That would be tomorrow.
That
would be today. I have
Thursday.
What day?
I'm lost enough already today. Okay. I thought it was Wednesday, but no, today's Thursday.
So sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have a link to that as well, but make sure you're going out, support them. It's hosted by the VAST Academy, but it's obviously donations are for the Blood Center, and you can get some swag and a pizza coupon as well. Okay, students turn to give grades. Students in regular term, second start classes, and even HCC's second 8 weeks term classes are invited to evaluate their learning experience by using a survey which closes tomorrow. In order to take the survey, you've got to go online, do that, but they really would like your feedback so they can evaluate these programs. So make sure you do that. If you're a student, we'll give you a link to that at the end of the show in our social media post. Okay, Fast Track. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, instead of us faculty grading you, you get to grade faculty. So it's
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, okay. Ready, set, go. Fast Track training is back, Tony.
Yes. Complete your short-term training to land high-demand jobs. And HCC has all these programs. Some of them are construction trades, IT, healthcare, welding and pipe fitting, smart manufacturing, supply chain and transportation, and just a whole lot of other trades. Just go to hccs.edu/FastTrack, and you can be on the fast track to get a high demand job.
Yeah, I mean, we started this, I believe it was last year, and it's a website you could go look at. It's on our website. All these programs are funded, completely funded. So you get in the program, your tuition's paid for, and they get you in and out in a short term so you can really get employed very quickly. So make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth your time. And it's, no tuition, you get the course completely paid for. All right, consider a mini semester on winter break. Very accelerated courses. Do you want to learn college credits quickly during the holiday break? Look no further than HCC. You can earn 3 credit hours in 4 weeks. I mean, blazing fast. So you really got to be on your toes for those. You can't beat that. We'll have a link for these mini-mesters in our social media post. Holiday health and well-being. That is happening as well, Tony.
Yes, the holidays can bring lots of fun and excitement. I know I personally love it, but it also can bring some stress. A lot of things can happen. Employee assistance program. Our employee assistance program is bringing us to the Guidance Resources by ComPsych. And there are several things: physical fitness, financial wellness, healthy holidays. You could eat too much and go, oh my God, I've lost my diet. Financial, you can buy too, it's so easy for me to keep buying Christmas presents and realizing, I did something really weird to my budget.
Yeah.
So it's a good.
So we have all the resources to help you out through talent engagement. We'll have a link to their information at the end of the show as well. Also, keep in mind, hey, spring 2022 is almost upon us. That's right. The spring semester is almost here, and you can now register for that. We have 5 ways of learning, including hybrid courses, online courses, in-person classes. Those are happening as well. But you need to sign up now. Make sure you sign up early because the classes fill up very quickly. Go to hccs.edu/now for all your registration needs. All right, tomorrow on the show, who do we have here?
We have Film Friday, Alfred Cervantes of the Houston Film Commission, and he's going to tell us about some projects that are being shot right here in the Houston area.
And we've also got Dr. Derek Irvin with HCC's Alternative Teacher Certification Program. So if you're looking for that, we're going to have information on that as well. Okay, Tony, you'll be off tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
All right. She'll take a day off because she's been filling in for me for the last, seems like forever. We appreciate that. And we appreciate all of you joining us here this morning. We'll be back live again, 10 a.m. right here tomorrow on Up to the Minute.